Hey sailors, welcome to the crew. I'm Sailor Agenda, and this is my Let's Play of Rule the Waves 3 as Great Britain. It's March of 1948, and we've been at war with Nazi Germany for 6 months. We managed to wipe out their battleship fleet, and we just finally sank one of their battle cruisers. So, any luck? We've also taken out quite a number of their heavy and light cruisers. Hopefully, the war is really turning in our favor now. We have reduced their fleet tonnage to less than ours. They're now, what, fourth in the world behind the USA, Japan, and then us. We're actually back up to third in the world. Isn't that nice? They have hugely inferior overall gun capital ship tonnage. Less carriers, but with more tonnage, but they are cheating by counting the two that are under construction. The 50,000 ton Volkerrods due next year. So they only have 222,000 tons in service. With light carriers, they still have a slightly bigger carrier force than us, but it's under control. They have more heavy cruisers than us, less light cruisers, a lot more destroyers. Overall, our big advantage is in gun capital ships at this point. We are building a few destroyers, but not a lot. The first SSM equipped destroyers are on the way, but it might not be finished in time for the war. Now, let's just look at the state of the fleet. Both battlecruisers are out for at least another month. 4 for Lion. Resolution is out for 2 months. Rodney and Majestic are out for 2 and 3 months. The lighter forces are all good for now. I don't know what else to spend money on. More destroyers, I guess. Should probably have 100, honestly. Everybody seems to these days. Sure, let's lay a couple more legions down. Okay, so yeah. As far as... what is the overall situation here? Bulk of their fleet is at home. And apparently outguns ours currently, but, well, it doesn't, but it does in certain ways. They have a few destroyers down in West Africa, which is where their main colonial possessions are. In fact, it's the only place they have colonial possessions, though they have some cruisers scattered about elsewhere. Not overly worried about those. We could maybe spare a task force for West Africa at this point. Not a large task force, but just like, send a couple of Collingwoods. Perhaps a Bristol or two, and, 6 destroyers. And hopefully that will allow us to grab some colonies off of them. In the meantime, we did only sink 1 out of 4 Bismarcks, so I'm really hoping that future battles will have us not outnumbered by them, as we seem to have consistently been so far, but there's still 3 of them, so we've still got to be worried. This is a Canada-class light cruiser, which is quite modern. 8 6-inch guns, 12 3-inch, capable of 31 knots. But it's still, this is the colonial type, right? Yeah. Still not terrible, but really depends what we found here. See it on radar. Claim is a CA. Accurate. So we might just have to run away. Okay, we're taking more hit. Okay, it's a Leipzig class light cruiser. 8 6-inch guns, 8 4-inch guns. And he's got torpedo mounts and we don't. 2-inch belt, 1-inch deck. We're not hideously outgunned or anything, but they do seem to be shooting better than us. That's a little better. I'm gonna maintain this sort of path until we can sort of try to cross his T here. Oh, God. This isn't going well. We're not really in range of air cover either. Yeah, no, I've seen this pattern from the other way around. A lot of times Comus is dead. There's no way to salvage this. Yeah, that's rough. I mean, she was never really intended for fighting enemy cruisers, but still, she didn't do very well for the fact that she technically had an equal main armament to mains there. And we have electro-optical director, too. So I'm a little disappointed in the shooting of Comus there, really. Well, you know what? I never activated training in this war, did I? Rocks commissioned. New fighter from Bristol. It is super fast, long-ranged, high firepower, slightly less maneuverability. Yeah, we'll buy it. And we lost a submarine, sank a submarine. Good job, Private LSD. I sure didn't. Wow. I don't even know that it's worth it at this point, but yeah, let's do it. That's an oversight and a half. Okay, well, the loss of Canada is unfortunate, but replaceable. They really weren't ever intended to fight enemy light cruisers. Convoy defense. I have 2 Revenges and 1 Resolution and 1 Tiger available altogether, plus 2 2 Collingwoods functionally. 5 PB, 1 PC, aka. They have 3 Bismarcks. We got our whole force. We could crush them. Maybe not as comfortably as you'd think, but we could crush them. What are we getting? Oh, we're getting pretty close to the whole force. With Royal Oak, Redoubtable, Revenge, and Tiger, we don't really have any excuse to be outgunned. We have 4 capital ships, all modern, all 16-inch gunships. They have a maximum of 3. Then we have 2 light cruisers. There are 2 heavy cruisers, 4 light cruisers with that force. And then we have a separate carrier division over here. I am going to just attach Courageous over to 1st Carrier Division, because I don't really see why she should be with the main force. And then we have all 8 carriers as well. So we're bringing 3 battleships, a battle cruiser, and all 8 fleet carriers, plus a total of 6 heavy and 9 light cruisers, plus assorted destroyers. They shouldn't really be able to match our firepower here. Certainly not in gun capital ships. They might have enough air power. Hard to say. We are defending a convoy. The convoy is pretty helpless in a full-scale fleet engagement, so... Unknown radar contact. Well, tell you what we do to unknown radar contacts is we bomb them to death. So, strike exceeds deck load, does it? Okay, well. That was too much. Yeah, it's not exactly a large distance the carriers are going to need to hit at, so let's get them ready ASAP. I mean, they're practically in sight of the carriers, honestly. Alright, and then let's get you up to battle speed and turn this way. Where is Tiger? Let's get you over here to join them. We definitely need all 4 ships in our line of battle, just in case they have all 3 Bismarcks. Okay, and they're coming that way, so let's make sure our coordination stays together. Let's turn... Never mind the recon, guys. I think we found them already. And Tiger around into the line. I don't know for sure if all 3 Bismarcks are... I really think maybe only 2 should be operational. It's been 2 months now. One of them was heavily damaged at the last battle. Big battle. So far I see 2. We definitely outgunned 2. Especially with Tiger now swinging into the line as well, although not well, but... yeah. Okay, I see 2 Bismarcks, 4 assorted heavy cruisers, various light cruisers and destroyers, but if it's 2 Bismarcks, then maybe we finally have the action we're looking for, because HMS Royal Oak, Redoubtable, Revenge, and Tiger definitely should be able to put down 2 Bismarcks, albeit Royal Oak has lost 2 out of her 3 turrets. Redoubtable has lost 1. And... oh no, that's not Redoubtable. Tiger's okay. So we're practically down a whole ship in terms of turrets already, but that's still 27 16-inch guns, and they only have 16 17-inch guns here. They haven't lost any of them, though. 12-inch belt, 5-inch deck. It's a crazy thick deck, although not as thick as our battleships. Well, as thick as some of our battleships and our battle cruiser. Thicker than Tiger, in fact. But it's not such a thick deck, and the range is not that long, so we should be penetrating. How's the airstrike coming? Ready. Launch. 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 Now, as long as they find the German battle line and not our battle line, we're all good. What are you heavy cruisers doing, really? Let's get you under AI control and just have you screen, because their cruisers are a lot closer to them than our cruisers are. You know what? The Bismarcks are breaking off. We're kind of engaging their heavy cruisers right now, which are... I mean, some of them, like the Kiel here, have 10-inch guns, but with a 4-inch belt and the 1.5-inch deck, or similar, the heavy cruisers are not going to do well in a line of battle against battleships, basically. I mean, that's not at all what they were ever intended for. Bismarcks seem to be running, but I think we slowed one down already. My only concern about immediately chasing is that I don't want to end up being the target for my air power. So I'm going to kind of let us get to the south first. And hopefully then they'll be between me and my air power, and there'll be less confusion. Ooh, Tiger, let's not collide, please. No, never mind, you've merged with Redoubtable. That's fine, I guess. Oh, they're coming back around towards the convoy. Oh, hell, the convoy. Hard to port, everyone. The convoy. 2 carriers. The everything. Okay. In my defense, the convoy is being terminally stupid right now. So are the carriers, but they're actually under my control, so that's kind of on me. They need to turn this way, please. The convoy, however, is not under my control, and it is just steaming directly towards the Germans. Any convoy with any sense at all would have, turned back to the west and scattered upon the start of this engagement. Maybe not scattered, but very probably scattered. That's just the protocol. Yeah, also I've clearly gotten the carriers way too close to the enemy there. They are literally under fire. However, Tiger and Bismarck should be giving them or Tiger and the battle cruisers, battleships should be giving them a bit of a distraction. Why is so much of this under my direct control? Back, you support under AI control, please. I don't need to micromanage every heavy cruiser in the fleet. Really? What? Okay, well then screen. Right. Carriers, if you could please, yeah, all turn away. Don't stand down your aircraft, just get away from the enemy a little bit and then turn into the wind. Okay, the airstrike did mostly launch, although obviously Illustrious is having some issues. And we're hitting some somethings. It does also look to me like the Bismarcks have been slowed. And if they have been, then we should be able to catch them and kill them. Ooh, enemy aircraft, huh? Okay, scout reports say several CVs or CVLs are back here somewhere. Not with any extreme detail, but... we will try to chase them down, but the Bismarcks are my top priority, to be honest. That being said, that's a lot of torpedo bombers coming in on our carriers, so I have got to be at least a little bit concerned. Not Merchant 15. Oh, they're getting kind of distracted by the convoy, though. That's good news for us. Sure. It's not good news for the convoy, but who cares about them, really? They're just bait at this point. What the hell are Redoubtable and Revenge doing? Tiger is kind of out here on her own right now. She's okay, though. This trailing Bismarck is definitely slowed pretty badly. That is a destroyer in easy range of us, but let's turn to port a little bit. Good, just as I said, she's doing fine. She takes a hit to the engine room, followed by one to a turret. Royal Oak and Redoubtable, there's not even any planes immediately near you. I really need you to get up here and chase the Bismarcks, please. Like, at this point, you're turning into the teeth of destroyer torpedoes to try to avoid the non-existent air attacks. Oof, Tiger. Oh my god, what the hell? Okay, turn back away. Holy cow, that salvo just absolutely demolished Tiger. Holy cow, she's not in danger of sinking per se, but... She doesn't have any bloody guns left. 2 of those are completely gone, too. What the hell? Huh. 1 shell, turret, flash fire. 2 out of 3 turrets burnt out. So much for Tiger. Can't really tell her to detach and go to Cork either, because that's... What happened to Irresistible? I didn't get a notification of a torpedo hit, did I? Oh, well, she was hit by a 1,400-pound bomb. She put the fire out, so we're alright. I don't feel like that was our most effective air attack. I think it was kind of interrupted, to be fair. Do you reckon that's actually CVs and CVLs right down there? I don't think I do. We should be prepping our second strike already, probably. Who's not ready? You, because you don't have enough torpedoes. Well... I don't have enough missiles either. We had enough torpedoes. Oh, was it missiles we were out of? I thought it was torpedoes. Oh, whatever. Let's just, You were short on ASM. So switch to heavy bomb load, that's fine. There we go. Okay. Readying up a second wave of strikes. Bismarcks are not hit as bad as I had hoped. They're pretty successfully running at the moment. Our battleships are fine. Tiger is super not fine. We still have more firepower than them. But... let's get the carriers turned around and head this way at like 20 knots, because I don't want to let them get too far away from the convoy or from our gun power. Okay, plainly the Bismarcks probably can't be caught that easily by us, so let's turn and let's engage these cruisers down here. Some of them might actually even be carriers, I don't know. In any case, if the Bismarcks are going to run away, we should go after what they're protecting. Or what they're supposed to be protecting. That is the problem. We don't have enough ammo. to kill all of this. I don't think there are actually any carriers right here, but it's a lot of cruisers that we could shoot up quite nicely. Does 10-inch guns actually do anything? Not really. I'm a little disappointed with the rate at which we rack up hits, to be honest, considering... Okay, I know gunnery training isn't on, but we still have electro-optical directors. Advanced radar and all of that jazz. That's a little more like it now. Tiger is getting kind of isolated, but the Bismarcks are not even trying. Real question is, where are the carriers? Down here somewhere, probably. No. That's really not great. I think the airstrike should be ready. Should I risk launching it out randomly into the ocean in the vague direction that I think the enemy carriers are in? Almost certainly no, but if no, then I would really like some better information on where their carriers are. Also, I'm not very happy at all with Tiger's situation. I would like to try to get her... Jesus. Hey, slow down. I would like, I guess, to try to get her back to port, but it's 100 nautical miles to Cork, and the enemy went that direction. The carriers are almost certainly somewhere down there. Down here. But I don't see any super recent... Oh, that's a pretty recent recon report. Ish. Oh. That's a really recent recon report and suggests they're up there. If I go on that, that's a one-off. By probably those two. You know what? Let's take a chance on it, because we gotta do something. If we find some carriers, we might kill them. If not... Ooh. It's unfortunate for Neary. If not, then I need to take our capital ships that way anyway, because I am really going to try to limp Tiger back to Cork, I think. We have for sure killed at least one large heavy cruiser. Well, middling-sized heavy cruiser, but that heavy cruiser is dead. I think this Keel is probably dead, and she is a large heavy cruiser, one of the 12 10-inch gun ones, finally. Probably this other München Gladbach will go with her, so If we preserve Tiger, it's a pretty significant win already. However, she's really not doing too hot. I would like her to not be getting hit anymore, but... Oh, hell, there's all the Bismarcks and everything. Huh. Okay, I kind of thought they'd run away a lot further than that. Well, here's my extra problem. I'm very, very low on ammo. What qualifies as high speed? Good grief. I know by early game standards it's hot. Doing 10 knots. There goes the airstrike overhead. They better not come in on us. Okay, they've gotten seduced off by the Bismarcks, which is okay. I was hoping for the carriers, but a Bismarck would do quite nicely also. What? That's Ark Royal and Illustrious. They've gotten separated. That's Glorious, Irresistible, Courageous, Furious. What close enemy? Oh, this one-off light cruiser over here? Not worried about that. That's nice, Tiger. Everybody else is down to 20%, so... Are you all mobbing a single destroyer or something right now? For God's sake, go after the Bismarcks at least. Okay. Someone decided to bomb this stationary and obviously already wrecked heavy cruiser. Unhelpful, guys. Well, these guys are going after something other than the Bismarcks. I don't know what. I don't know that Tiger's gonna make it, to be honest with you. I'm gonna give her the order to detach, but wait, that means we have to stay between her and the enemy. I just don't know that she's gonna make it anyway. That flash fire that took out 2 turrets was really, really unfortunate. Good news is we're pushing the enemy off to the west, and it's about to be night. Bad news is we are practically out of ammunition. And I'm almost certain we didn't sink either of the Bismarcks. I'm not even sure that in the end we actually hurt either of them very badly. It's not a CV in front of us, it's a Bond-class light cruiser, I'm pretty sure. And I'm going to chase it down and finish it off out of spite. It's not going to last very long, I don't think. Oh, hardy. Oh, she might be circling with a broken rudder. That's awkward. If I had time to be stuck, buddy. Still missed with the torpedoes, though, but that's okay. Son of a bitch. I know it's only just gotten dark, but the AI is pretty consistent about being able to keep finding and hitting your carriers, even at night, which is really annoying. Honest. Well, make your way towards Cork, please. Battle Division, you, yeah, turn back, make your way towards Tiger, more or less. I don't fancy her chances, but we'll try to escort her back to Cork. If she lives, then it's messy, but it's a clear win. If she sinks, then it's probably a loss. That's the convoy, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Also, don't love that Ark Royal and Illustrious have just gotten themselves miles away from all the other carriers. Tiger, I did tell you to detach, did I not? What the hell are you doing? Okay. Well, we're gonna go down to cruising speed. In fact, we're gonna go to a nice, slow, hopefully non-sinking cruising speed, and that would be the Bismarck and all her... Oh, no, wait, that's just the convoy again. It's fine. Don't worry about it, guys. It's the convoy. Why are you turning towards the unknown radar contact in the middle of the night when you're aircraft carriers? Oh, you're turning away from that unknown radar contact. That might be sensible, actually. Although I'm pretty sure that's just small cruisers. I'm almost certain the Bismarck's over here somewhere. But couldn't tell you what that is. I mean, I think it's probably a heavier light cruiser that happened to get stuck over here. Whatever it is, we seem to have chased it off. I'd be firing torpedoes at it if I were Minstrel, but no, there we go. Missed, but definitely chased whatever it was off. How far to Cork? 66 nautical miles. I don't know, guys. We're doing our best. Gotta clear that point on our way in, too. I get it. There's radar contacts, Victorious. Just go away from the convoy. So I can fast forward. Because I can't as long as they keep reporting unknown radar contacts. There we go. Oh, wait. Now you're actually shooting at something and it's not worth reporting, apparently. Oh god, theoretically that could be the Bismarcks. Well, that's not, but... is a destroyer that you're getting way too close to. Whoever is in command of these carriers, I am sacking them in the morning. This is the most outstanding incompetence I've ever seen in my life. Why would you lead with your carriers to come in to investigate an unknown radar contact at night? And somehow they got away with it. I think the carriers just sank a destroyer with their secondary guns at night. But it's still possibly one of the dumbest actions I've ever seen. What the hell? Pretty sure that's just another cruiser or something harassing us over there. Okay, it's a number of them. Still 35 nautical miles to Cork. Oh, what the hell? Turn around. Turn around. Nope, I don't know what we've just run into, but it's way too many ships. And we shouldn't lead into it with the carriers. Okay, you're fine, but... I didn't forget, but the AI's habit of parking their whole fleet in one of these stupid coves has clearly come true tonight. I doubt it's the actual Bismarcks, although it probably could be. But it's certainly a lot of their other cruisers and destroyers. It could even be their carriers, actually. It could. Tiger might make it, if she doesn't get hit in this engagement that's happening here now. They seem to have evacuated that cove they were stuck in. Keep hearing like torpedo hit noises. I don't know what that's about. That's the convoy, right? I think it is, yes. Maybe let's get you guys up to a slightly better fighting speed, huh? That is believable, because there's a destroyer parked inside of our line. No, can't. Can't? That's one heck of a torpedo shot to not hit anything else. If it was that destroyer. Yeah, I don't really know what we're chasing up here, but I think it's just a lot of destroyers. Maybe light cruisers. Maybe heavy cruisers too. I don't think it's their actual carriers. I would probably really appreciate if the carriers would stop being the lead ships into battle, though. Just doesn't seem wise. Especially as, while we are definitely sinking things, we are getting hit by... They're firing torpedoes at us like crazy here. And it's honestly lucky the carriers haven't gotten hit yet. We are at least blazing a path for Tiger, which is still limping her way forward. And you know what? It's 18 nautical miles to Cork. She might make it. Carriers, would you care to turn and go into Cork now? Battle Division, you stay out for a minute. And just make sure Tiger makes it in. Work, please. No, Tiger, what the hell are you doing? Don't turn and engage the sinking destroyer. Don't do it. Don't even think about it. She's doing it. Into port. Immediately, please. Come on, Tiger. Come on. Slightly to port. It's actually... The port is there. We go. She made it. Oh, and it's daylight. Uh-oh. That could actually be a problem. There's potentially quite a lot of enemy ships between these carriers and port. And the battle should end. Those are my patrol boats, so I don't actually know why the battle hasn't ended, to be honest. Guess I could prep an airstrike. Actually have a lot of planes still. Ew. What you don't have is torpedoes. I get it, we're all out of torpedoes. It's fine. Just drop bombs. That said, I don't really know what we're targeting. Where was this report? Over here. 1CV, 2DD. Well, say that's the target, eh? Yeah, there's definitely something over there, so... Is Naval Striker ready? Yeah. Okay. Launch. Launch. See if we hit anything. One last salvo. Worst case, we should be pretty much able to enter Cork almost immediately after we'll recover the aircraft. Oh. Well, they found something to attack. Hopefully it's either the carriers or the Bismarcks or both, and we're actually hitting something of value. Allegedly we are. Might actually be our most successful air attack of the battle, based on the reports coming in. Okay. Well, I don't know if we achieved anything there or not, but we're going to recover aircraft and we're going to head into port. Or their counterattack hits us. Not that that makes a lot of logical sense. It already didn't entirely in the pre-aircraft era, and it really doesn't in the aircraft era, but... Our cap is just kind of stuck in midair. Hopefully that... I don't know if that's actually a problem or not. You would think they should be able to still land, but... Kind of seems like they're just hovering over Cork indefinitely. But they'll be fine. It's hitting things with bombs. Oh. Naval Air Station Grimsby. How far? Where is Naval Air Station Grimsby? Grimsby, but isn't that all the way over here? Holy cow, that's ambitious. Okay. Good luck to you, I guess. Dang. All the way down there? That's believable. I bet you some of the AI carriers are all the way down there now. They usually get very scattered. What are we waiting for to end the battle at this point? I get it, there's still planes in the air, but like, will never end if we're waiting for all planes to be landed and no strikes to be planned. Ew. Oh, that's the convoy. Yeah, so they might still be killing the convoy, but I don't really care about that. There we go. Well, oh, wow. Okay. In the end, the capital ship engagement is a bit disappointing. Tiger suffers heavy damage again, and we really didn't do much to the Bismarcks despite a 4-2 advantage. On the other hand, our total losses in the end, in terms of actual ships, amount to 2 transports from the convoy, 1 corvette, and 2 destroyers, plus the heavy damage to Tiger. And they lost 5 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers, and 10 destroyers. So even though we didn't bag any capital ships, we absolutely ripped the guts out of some of their support forces in this battle. So let's see how this looks here. Aside from the various damages, Redoubtable is a-okay. She took only 3 17-inch hits and is basically totally intact, just out of ammo without having hit anything useful. And yeah, wow, that's... kind of outrageously bad. 27 is the total number of actual hits. That's not very good either. But that's... I was thinking 3 or 0 was one of the numbers. Oh, there it is, 27. 27's not that impressive still. The carriers got more. Well, anyway. Destroyer Z-21 hit a mine twice. Was sinking from the first one already. 1,700 tons. Z-63 fuel at minimum level sometime overnight, and then managed to engage the carriers and their escorts at close range. Didn't manage to hit anything despite launching torpedoes. And, oh, yeah, this is one of the ones we overran at the very end of the night. So a lot of cruiser fire and secondary fire sank her. Another 1,700 tonner. Illustrious was hit by a 1,400-pound bomb from Grunau, but nothing serious. Merchant 15 was hit by a torpedo from Hindenburg, sank. I think that's the only ship from the convoy that actually was lost. The destroyer Nereid was hit by a torpedo from Z-112 and sank pretty much immediately. Did we get Z-112? Yes, we did. Avenged. Their carrier Grunau was hit twice by... Apparently, at 1:30 a.m., HMS Irresistible scored a hit on the bridge of the carrier Grunau with a 6-inch gun. That's quite something. But we didn't follow up. I'm gonna have to look at the trails afterwards. It's hard to tell what was going on in the dark, but that's a mess and a half. Z-172 sunk late at night by, it appears, mostly fire from carriers themselves, which is embarrassing. 1,500 tonner. Z-159 also sunk late at night by fire from carriers and heavy cruisers. Wow. Apparently most of our actual success in terms of sinking destroyers was achieved when we plowed through that cove late at night, or otherwise by battering off little attacks that they tried on the outskirts of us late at night. The Z-161 hit by secondary fire from the battleships plus light cruisers and sank over an hour later from progressive flooding. It's a 1,500 tonner. Z-165, another 1,500 tonner. Was hit by a missile from a Typhoon off Victorious, a 500-pound bomb from a Typhoon off Formidable, and a torpedo from a Botha off of Furious, and was already sinking by the time the cruisers and battleships put a bunch of 5-inch into her. Glorious, hit by 6-inch and 2 4-inch shells, but otherwise perfectly fine. Those were from... One of those 4-inch was from... Oh, man. You know what? They really did have carriers in that cove, and if I had chased them more aggressively, we might have actually gotten them. But I had no idea. I thought it was mostly destroyers. Z-33 here, a 1,700 tonner, was pretty much wrecked by 5 and 6-inch very early in the day, and then just absolutely annihilated while already sinking by our everything as the fleet paraded past. Darmstadt hit twice by 500-pound bombs from Typhoons off of Formidable, but survived. It's a big light cruiser. Z-109 hit by, wow, launched a lot of torpedoes. But hit by various 5-inch and 6-inch from the carriers, mostly, late at night, and sunk. The carriers really did a number on these guys. Z-112, a 1,900 tonner, albeit one with only 4 4-inch guns, but a lot of torpedo tubes. Hit by some 5-inch, some 6-inch, 500-pound bomb, 2 near misses, and that actually, that finished her off due to flooding, presumably hull buckling and so on, despite not being direct hits. Z-96, overwhelming amounts of secondary and, well, cruiser primary fire, and the carriers. The carriers themselves did a ludicrous amount of sinking destroyers for the fact that none of them even got hit by a destroyer torpedo, I don't think. A little alarming. Kent here managed to get hit by a 300-pound bomb. Okay, that's not a very big bomb. And a torpedo from Z-109, but is pretty much okay. Frankfurt here we hit with 2,000-pound bombs from Typhoons off of Victorious, and a 500-pound bomb from a Typhoon off of Illustrious, but she is also, well, damaged but okay. Kratzeburg was hit twice by 6-inch, well, once 6-inch, one 9-inch, late at night. Man, we really were in gun range of some of their carriers at some point. The destroyer Hardy was hit twice by 300-pound bombs from Ju-134s off of Graf Zeppelin and sank 2.5 hours later. Canberra was hit by a 1,400-pound bomb from a DO-143 off of Moltke, which burnt out her two forward turrets, are those, I think. And then a 300-pound bomb from a JU-134. Well, plus a bit of 4 and 5 inch, but she's okay except for the turrets. Oh, we did lose Merchant 13 here. She was hit by a torpedo from an FI-142 off Europa. We sank the light cruiser Bremen with two 500-pound bombs from Typhoons off Ark Royal, and then two more from Typhoons off of Courageous 10 minutes later. This is a very small and highly obsolete 20-year-old 4,700-ton light cruiser, so she's not exactly counting for a lot. She's objectively worse than most destroyers these days, but cruiser's a cruiser. Yarmouth here was hit by just the one torpedo from Z96 late at night. Nearly sank, but she did survive in the end. We got Z96 extensively. Europa. Oh wow, we actually hit Europa with our morning airstrike. 500-pound bombs off of Illustrious, Formidable, Victorious. But apparently that didn't actually do very much to her. She's pretty much A-okay. Needed to hit her with torpedoes or missiles or something. Furious was hit by a torpedo from an FI-142 off Hindenburg, but is fine. Irresistible was hit by a 1,400-pound bomb from a DO-143 off Grunau, but is also okay. Royal Oak was hit 5 times by 17-inch, plus a lot by 10-inch, and 6-inch. But she's also perfectly fine. For their Bismarcks, we hit Bismarck 8 times with 16-inch, plus once with a 500-pound bomb, and yeah, all of that basically did nothing. She's almost totally combat ready still. And Graf Spee, pretty much the same. My god, 18 16-inch hits the Graf Spee, plus 2, well, a 1,000-pound bomb and a 500-pound bomb, and she is barely scratched. Which is crazy because Tiger took 14 hits and 1 torpedo and is barely floating back into port afloat, while Graf Spee took 18 hits with 1 extra inch of deck armor. I don't really understand why Graf Spee is in such better shape. I mean, 17-inch hits harder than 16-inch, but not by that margin, you wouldn't think. Good grief. Well, the flash fire we got was really, really unlucky, to be fair. Anyway, neither Bismarck is that badly hit, really. However, what was badly hit is the heavy cruiser München Gladbach, which was hit by 3 16-inch, a torpedo from a Botha off of Victorious, a 500-pound bomb from a Typhoon off of Illustrious, and quite a lot of 9-inch, 6-inch, 4-inch, and 5-inch from our all our carriers, our light cruisers, our destroyers, etc. Regensburg, a very big Bonn-class light cruiser, 11,000 tons, 15 guns, hit twice by 16-inch, and then absolutely plastered with 5-inch secondaries, 6-inch primaries, 4-inch secondaries, you know. The battleships and light cruisers appear to have done most of the work. The light cruisers in immediate company with the battleships, and this was the one we sank right as night was falling, yeah. Prinz Eugen hit a mine very early on in the day, and then with the morning air attack, she was actually fine until she hit a mine early on in the day, and then with the morning air attack, she was hit by 3 2,000-pound bombs from Bothas off of Ark Royal, 2 500-pound bombs from Typhoons off of Formidable, and she was still intact until the Welkins from Naval Air Station Grimsby hit her with 2 1,600-pound bombs, which blew out her 2 forward turrets and finally sent her to the bottom. So that's kind of hilarious. For that, like, 2 patrol boats at that range to sink a heavy cruiser is crazy, honestly. Revenge didn't get hit at all by the enemy Bismarcks, but she was hit twice by 300-pound bombs from J-134 off Grunau, and was hit by a torpedo from Z-96. Z-96 did a bit of a number on us. She's okay, but definitely took some damage. Heavy cruiser Minden, another München Gladbach, hit by a lot of 16. This is the first one we sank, I think. She was pretty plastered by 16-inch, as well as 9-inch, 5-inch. She's sinking like, I just saw it, I think, here. And we hit her with a lot more fire after that. And a couple of bombs towards the end, just to be sure. That was very wasteful of us, but I don't control the air attacks that precisely. Another München Gladbach, York, hit by some 16-inch. Looks like 16-inch from the battleships pretty much took her out. Oh yeah, it sank her outright, actually. All of this enormous pile of 9-inch and 5-inch and 6-inch afterwards was just superfluous as the fleet paraded past her. And finally, Kiel. This is the biggest thing we actually sank, a 15,000-ton heavy cruiser with 12 10-inch guns. And, well, we did do a number on her. She did get hit by a torpedo by a Botha off of Victorious, and I think that's probably what slowed her down. And then she kind of plastered Royal Oak with 10-inch, but it didn't really do much. Royal Oak is fine. And Royal Oak hit back real hard with 16-inch. She was hit by 22 6-inch shells and was sinking pretty early on in the process, but we hit her with a lot more shells, as well as 4 500-pound bombs and 4,000-pound bombs, just for the fun of it. Oh, that's a couple of near misses, but pretty overwhelming amount, yeah. Tiger here, hit by only 14 17-inch shells and 1 torpedo from a... Where'd the torpedo come from? From Z-70. And really came perilously close to sinking. We would have to say this super unlucky critical hit that... oh, no, not even that one. This one that caused a flash fire burning out 2 out of her 3 turrets is what probably really did her in, but... I feel like just the overall amount of damage really mounted on Tiger quickly compared to the Bismarcks. In any case, despite all the damage to Tiger, it's a pretty clear win in the end. We really only lose 2 destroyers that matter, and we sank 5 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers, and 10 destroyers, so that really significantly undermines their advantage in escort ships. Nice, and our aerial units are really doing well. We lose another destroyer to a mine, but that's still 3 for 10, so can't complain. Thanks for watching, sailors. Hope you enjoyed. New parts will be up every other day, or you can watch live on Twitch. If you did enjoy, consider leaving a like and subscribing. Have a nice day, sailors. This is Sea Lord Jenda, signing off.